Good afternoon, what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Thursday, May the 4th, and I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And I have a snoozy cat who's not ours, so I'm not going to bother him. And I don't have anything to unbox, but I do have something to unbag, courtesy of my friend Neve, who has lent this to me to do a video. While she makes room for it on her role-playing shelves. So this is Black Chrome, 170 new items to help you survive Night City, new weapons, new gear, new vehicles and more, a tech and style guide for Cyberpunk RED. Black Chrome. Do you crave chrome so black it reflects your oily soul? Black like the night, night like the market of your desires. Chrome is the style and the substance. It's not what you can do, it's how you do it. How chrome are you, Chomba? When you're bleeding on the edge, you've got the accoutrements, all the accessories. You don't need them, but you've got them. Just make a statement because you're chrome. Black chrome is what any good edge runner aspires to. Nothing shines like it used to, and this night market is invitation only. Congratulations, you're invited. Over 170 items to make you even more cyberpunk, including new apps, gear, linear frames, weapons, cyberware, vehicles, fashion and armour. New lore about the megacore and neocores trying to claw their way back to the top of the hill. A lesson on economics in the time of the red. 6 night markets and dangerous fixes to run them. Black chrome, without it you're just another punk on the street. So, this is a supplement for Cyberpunk RED, which is Cyberpunk 4th edition, published by our Talsorian game. The original Cyberpunk 2013 was published in 1988, and then there was an update to Cyberpunk 2020, 1990, and Cyberpunk is now best known for Cyberpunk 2077, the online, the role-playing game, which is a lot of fun. And I've reviewed the core book and some of the supplements, but one of the things about this version of Cyberpunk is it's kind of not heavily it's not heavy on brand. It's not heavy on sort of commodification. You know, there is this no sort of like, you know, I'm using this weapon and you know the name of the weapon, the manufacturer, and I'm loyal to this brand. It's all very it's very generic in its feel of the equipment that you're using, which was not the case with Cyberpunk 2013 or Cyberpunk 2020. You know, there were lots of different brands, Arasaka, you know, Militech, and so on, the big two. There are lots of others that I can't remember offhand. And although there was technology and guns and gears in the core rule books for both of those games, what really expanded it, there were there were 3 source books and a slimmer one, the Chrome books, Chrome books 1, 2 and 3, and then you had sort of like Blackhand's Guide to Weapons as well, which is a similar little volume, and they all sort of like made their weapons into brands and made them interesting. Not necessarily the case in Cyberpunk RED, so hopefully this supplement will kind of offset that. So let's have a look. So you've got the nice artwork repeated there, and then inside, this is the contents. I can smell this is a waft of new book as I open the pages. Essentially got a guide to using this book and how to get the most out of it after the introduction. What is Black Chrome? Explaining what the book is, how you use it, how it comes into play. Explanation of keywords. And then we start off with first category, apps. And it's interesting to note, you kind of think that this comes out in 2023. The previous role-playing game for this, Cyberpunk 30X, 2008, 2006, something like that. And then Cyberpunk 2020 to 1990. Nobody knew what an app was. There was just no idea of it. But here, you know, with the updating of technology, a future role-playing game has to keep abreast of what's now. So getting into the apps, we have games and utilities. You know, for example, utilities like Trauma Team, MedScan, Night City PD, Crime Database, Digital Gladiator, and then so there's not actually very many apps in here. But thankfully, before we get into cyberware, we kind of got lost in the apps. But I mean, the thing is, you can just open up your phone, go to your app store, and just look through there for inspiration. Now we get onto cyberware. So things like budgetware, chipware, socket, boardware, hardening shield, extra jointed cyber limb upgrade, hardened cyber eye casing, integrated cyber deck upgrade, reflex coprocessor. So you know, you've got all things, interesting things you can install and enhance your Edge Runner. Cyber fingers, things like lighter cyber finger, lockpick cyber finger, mini air supply, you know, fashion and armor. They can be both in the world of, so in the term of the red. And then we get on to general goods and gear. And the thing is, you know, this deals with entertainment, lifestyle, security, survival. None of this is absolutely necessary to play. Some of it is just ephemeral. You know, like your Killstrom Sonic Boom amp. You don't have to have that. You might have, you know, if you're a rocker boy. But I mean, some of it is just kind of like not necessarily that important. Like the Drinkmaster 3000. You know, executives in the know rely on the Drinkmaster 3000 to lubricate negotiations to keep the party going until morning as they celebrate their latest business success. You know, it's essentially a drinks fabricator sort of thing for your party. And then you've got things like, you know, the Hydro Subsidium Universal Aqualung. So that's particularly more useful, you know, or the Jeeves Executive Garment Bag. I could make a joke about having one of those for all of my waistcoats, but could do with one. And then we get on to linear frames. So these are going to enhance your Edge Runner with strength, so on. You've got a nice thing. You've got a listing there of the featured brands, including these Zirafa. Technical manufacturing, who do, you know, like there's a famous giraffe style construction drone listed in Interface Volume 1. So there we go. We have a Vermilion linear frame and a ELF4 NT linear frame. You know, just and then vehicles. Including air vehicles, and then you've got aerodynes, so you know, like luxury aerodynes, and then ground vehicles. Nice, neat with illustrations. You know, you've definitely got an idea of what you're driving. You know, and that's very Akira stroke Tron. It's almost sort of like Mad Max, like in the Paladin. Even a hoverboard. then we get on to weapons, which is probably the thing that people are going to go, oh great, more guns. So we start off with explosives, because you know every edge runner likes things to go with a bang. Melee weapons, swords, Arasaka Weeping Reaver Katana, you know, Kendachi Monogatana. Does not look out just a little bit like a lightsaber, just a bit. And then Rostovik Cleaver, yeah, that looks like Cloud Sword from Final Fantasy VII. And then we've got more sort of like close-in melee weapons, sort of like built into the hand, including, of course, infamous claws. Even got thrown weapons. You know. Then on to firearms. And then we have the Eagletech Survivalist. The Eagletech Survivalist is a combination rifle and crossbow rolled into one impressive piece of kit. Really? Okay. Then we have various different weapons. So this isn't really these are all new weapons. They're not really updating ones from the past. You know, this is what's available now. It would be interesting to have have a book that would update those weapons for the new game, but nevertheless. So even we have a Basut Security Incorporated Crowdbuster. So you've got a firearm with an integrated shrieker for crowd dispersal. And then like, we've just got a few more weapons at the back there, just carrying on. So yeah, including the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen, which is the Tommyknocker, a combined shotgun and pistol. As it says, so the Centurion Essentials Tommyknocker is the guilty pleasure firearm of the rich. It's incredibly impractical, but there's always some wanker who wants to look badass and thinks this pistol will do the job. The Tommyknocker is an oversized handgun paired with an underslung shotgun. Yeah. Okay, so we get on to Economics 101, getting stuff in the time of the Red. So there's discussion of sort of like where you buy, how you buy. Because in a lot of cases, in the time of the Red, in 2045, the setting for Cyberpunk RED, you are literally you're just buying out of kiosks and you know, dispensing machines. So quick guide to lifestyles. Then we get on to night markets. Night markets are sort of like the thriving areas where you will go to buy things, and you've got a fixer, and you need to be invited to get in. You know, and they've got maps, floor plans. And the thing about this is that there is that whole aspect of going when you're role playing, of going shopping. You know, most people tend to like going shopping if they're going to buy something they want. You know, so for example, I like to go to bookshops. I like browsing bookshops, and this is the equivalent. You know, it's the in-game equivalent of doing that, and it's kind of fun. So you've got these different maps, and this kind of plays into that angle. You know, you're going to go shopping for something. Okay, let's turn this into a role-playing session. You know, it sounds uninteresting, but I think, you know, sometimes you can bring out, that's a role-playing adventure in itself, going off finding the thing that you want. You might not be able to find something, you find something that's near it, or you make a contact. You know, it's not necessarily shopping for shopping's sake. And at the end we've got the lists and so on for easy reference. So yeah, that is Black Chrome, a tech and style guide for Cyberpunk RED. Anyway, thanks for watching another unboxing of the Nook. If you've enjoyed this, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, then I appreciate you making those as well. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings of the Nook, where you will see me out here, well, typically with a parcel, but in this case, a Ziploc bag containing a book or game, which I will unbox or unbag and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook, and thanks again to my friend Nee for letting me do an unboxing of this before she gets a look at it. Thanks again for watching. Be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.